an actual game's anecdote at the moment. It's from the campaign I'm running at the moment. So my housemate, wackily enough, long-term role-playing gamer, but these guys started gaming with Shadowrun, of all things. Had never played Dungeons and Dragons in their lives. So I've been running a one-on-one original D&D campaign, and it's been hilarious. Great. But before we knew that the designer was basically toxic, I'd gotten hold of the Barrow Maze. So I was running this whole Barrow Maze thing for them. It's great. They've played the entire Barrow Maze. One character has actually dropped dead a couple of times, but got better. And that's been it as far as party casualties went, because this lady plays real smart. It's a pleasure running her. But there was, in the Barrow Maze, one of the encounters you can get down there are these kind of pointless tomb robbing groups, and these can be quite big groups. They can be up to like about 20 people, and what they are, they say, right, so half of these are people who are in, I think it's padded armor, shield, sling, and club. The other half are, I think, leather armor and short swords and shields. They're more like hand-to-hand ones, and there'll be a guy in chainmail with a sword and shield who's leading them, unless it's a larger group, in which case that guy might have better armor. And all these are first levelers, but if there's a big group of them, the one with better armor, he might be second level leading them. They're all fighters. They have no magicians. They have no clerics. What they're doing down a thing full of undead is anyone's guess. But what the hell? They're down there searching. But these guys, the party had run up against one of these things before, and they found that these guys were assholes, so they didn't like them. But they saw this huge mass of these guys go left down a corridor. Well, the party goes kind of the other way, but they found, they open a door, and they encountered, essentially, it was a wight, which of course can only be killed by magical weapons. The party didn't have any, but the party did manage to leap out of the door and slam it shut. And then there was like a ring that you opened to open the door. They managed to shove one of their swords through there so that this wight couldn't open the door and get out after them. Right, okay, so damn, we lost this. But the party moves on. Then they see the tomb robbers coming towards this area. So the party all hid behind all these statues in a large hall, and the tomb robbers went past, and these guys start exploring down this area. Right. So the tomb robbers, I see a door. Well, it seems to have a sword through the thing. So they take the sword out and they open the door, and this wight gets in amongst them. Scream, kill, murder, death, rape. They're getting absolutely obliterated by this thing. So morale check for the second half of the party the tomb robbers, and most of these guys broke and ran and fled as a group. So this thing went from like a group of, I think it was about 20 of these guys. So, the plate armor guy at the front, he dead. But the party does find these guys again later, deeper on, same group. And, the party has a bunch of treasure that they're kind of manhandling. So the guys with slings all like, yes, all right, they'll fire slings at the party, and then the guys with short swords will attack. Well, the party wades into these guys and starts like doing terrible things to them. There's one little slinger left, and the one of the party members fires a arrow at him, and it knocks this guy down to 1 hit point. So it's all right. Well, this guy drops unconscious. He's up on the he's up in this gallery. So we'll just say he's at 1 hit point. He's down. He's not going to keep fighting. He's injured. He's going to just lie there. So the party does it. It doesn't even really loot these guys because there's nothing to they're poor as. So the party just moves on. Oh my god! So this one guy gets up after the party's gone. Oh, he's got 1 hit point. Oh no! All these people who he's worked with, who he didn't really like, because the bad morale check showed he had no loyalty to him, but he's stuck. Alone. Well, he gets down there and it's like, well, let's see. Well, some of the short sword guys are dead, so right, I'll put on one of their leather armors, and I'll take one of these short swords and some of the torches. So that evening I just said, what happened to this guy? Well, right. Well, he's going to try and get out. How did he get in? Well, he's going to try and go back out the way he came. So I just rolled for random encounters. So this guy, he gets his random encounter, and he actually managed to survive the fight. He's only got 1 hit point and kills the thing. Oh, all right. Oh, well, does this thing have treasure on it? Well, actually, yes, it does. It has a whole bunch of gold, and it also has a healing potion. Good. All right. Gurgle. The guy will take the healing potion. Now he's better. Well, he moves on. He has another encounter. Fight. He wins. He gets some treasure, and then he gets out. All right. Well, he's not going back to base because these guys will just throw him down into another one of these ridiculous fights, and he's got some treasure now. So he's going to go into the woods. So all right. Well, let's roll for encounters. Yes. He has an encounter in the woods, and but he does meet up with some more bandits. All right, he will join this group of bandits. So the guys in this part of the wood now have the slinger, who he's got some treasure, and actually, hang on, that is enough. He's become 2nd level. Yay! He gets more hit points. All right, fantastic. He'll trade some of the treasure, and he'll get a better suit of armor and maybe a longer sword. All right, good. Well, the party come back later on because these bandits are attacking the town around Barrow, and so they come to find out who's been attacking the area, and here's these bandits. All right, so they have a fight with these bandits, and they just sort of one of the party gets hit by a sling. A sling? These guys are using crossbows. Well, apparently got a guy with a sling with them as well. So one of the party guys fires an arrow at this guy, and again, they did enough damage to knock him unconscious. All right, so he drops down, and again, he dropped into bushes, and they didn't bother searching the bushes afterwards. And in fact, there was a guy who was the senior bandit who actually had, I think he had magical plate armor, and I think he had a +1 sword, and for some reason the party didn't check. They didn't really search anyone. We killed these bandits, let's just move on. They didn't search anything. So this guy gets up again and all these bandits who he's been with, they're all dead. But wait, he's the chief who has plate armor. It's +1 plate. My God, I'll put on the +1 plate, and he's got a +1 sword, and right, fantastic. All right, well, this guy goes off adventuring again by himself, and encounter. The next encounter he got, it was, oh my God, it was a hill giant. However, we'll do a little charisma check. The guy's going to try. What's the reaction? What reaction does the hill giant have to him? Incredibly friendly. Absolutely best, most amazing possible reaction. Oh, okay. Well, these guys become good buddies. Well, let's see. What sort of treasure does the giant have, and what sort of treasure does this have? They'll become buddies, and as it turns out, there's a miscellaneous magical weapon for the giant. Umpire's choice. Fantastic. A magical sling. He now has a +2 sling. Right. So these guys then, you and me, we're going to be buddies. You and me, we're going to be pals. They are in the forest, but this guy has been sort of knocked unconscious and isn't doing too well. So I rolled, and okay. I'll say he's got amnesia. He doesn't remember anything, but he doesn't know where he's come from. But he just feels somehow he's called to destiny. He sort of seems to vaguely remember that he's essentially risen from the dead a few times. He is essentially immortal. And then the giant says, oh yes, well, there's forest. There are different people living in the forest and different tribes and so on. And but all is chaos. So that's why I'm here. Yes, I'm here to be the mighty king of the forest. And you my trusty gianty pal, you are my faithful sidekick. Yes, I am the king of the forest. So meanwhile, the party goes on, and they play for a year, and they keep hearing about wacky stuff happening in the forest, and then they start finding the forest kind of dangerous to get into, because I was just checking out, oh, how's the King of the Forest going? Well, there is in fact this orc tribe in the area. Well, what do the orc tribe think about him? Well, he does this, he does that. We'll roll for their reaction. They think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yes, they've had a few internecine wars amongst themselves, but clearly he's a true and destined leader. This guy riding the shoulder of a giant turns up and says, "Yes, I'm the destined one. Oh, forest orcs, I'm here to lead you and stop you being oppressed by the horrible people, particularly the ones who live in that town over there." Yes, this got bigger and bigger, and some other tribes attacked, and the orcs and so on managed to take these guys out. Just rolling all these different tribes, and these kobolds come in and they kind of join the alliance, and then these ogres join the alliance, and eventually the player's like, oh, the Forest King, we got to make some kind of thing with the Forest King. We better make some sort of arrangement because this is getting crazy. The forest getting really strange to go into, and yes, they meet this guy, and wait, we recognize his face. We've seen him before. Where have we seen this guy? Oh, where have we seen this guy? Oh shit, it's the Sling guy. And yes. Yes, in the way the campaign went, this guy, they had brought these kind of nobles in to meet the King of the Forest, and they kind of didn't spill the beans because they suddenly thought, wait, I think we're kind of responsible for him being the way he is. So anything he's done, you might in fact turn around and kind of blame us for it. We'll just pretend we don't know anything about it. But yes, they've actually become fast friends with the King of the Forest these days because they managed to. The forest orcs actually weren't all that bad. The orcs you had to worry about were the mountain ones that these guys hated. So yes, there's currently kind of a giant alliance going on. There's some sea orcs turned up who everyone actually really likes. Who are kind of seafaring people, and turned out what everyone really, really hated was the mountain orcs and all these sodding, horrible Nazi hobgoblins, and yes, it's all worked out well. However, it was kind of a very cool tale of a few random dice rolls creating NPC characters that kind of ran off and made a huge part of the campaign a landscape all by their little selves. I'm really pleased the King of the Forest is still out there in this campaign, and I'm kind of keen to see where this is going. Anyway, wacky tales from original D&D. Brown Book D&D still being played. Yay!